What's up, everybody? Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Stationeers. When we left off in the last episode, we were finally getting things kind of squared away on our hydroponics room, as well as kind of putting the outer shell up here on the main base. I haven't quite decided yet if I want to enclose this at all, this tank room, or even move it. Mainly because I've kind of set this up and it's finally pressurized and it's all working right and I don't want to mess with it. But the sun is going to be going this way and that way, so if I cover this up, I'm afraid it'll block the sunlight, which really won't work. I mean, I guess it's blocking it a little bit over here because of the tanks, but not as much as just a giant wall. So I'm not really sure if that would affect the plants all that much, or if it would just, you know, cut down on one, any cycle over here of their growth where the top glass isn't getting any sunlight. We are producing a decent amount of CO2 now through our little farm loop thing. Let's see, I'm not sure about this either. I've got this set up for filling up the tanks and whatnot, like so. But, wow, that's actually filling up pretty fast. But I don't really have a way to get it back into the network. If I were to, like, close this off or something, it's like I have no real bleed off to go back into the network. So I might want to do that at some point, is somehow tie this. I guess all I'd really have to do, if I'm looking at this right, this feeds into the furnace, which then feeds back into here, which feeds into the system. So that's not a big deal. I guess the only way I'd have to do this is I'd have to put some kind of valve with a T-junction here and bring it up to this pipe. And then basically that would give me a, okay, this is full, so let's, you know, turn this off, turn that off, turn this off. But now I'm guessing there's going to be, yeah, see, there's 65 moles left in the pipe. Which isn't a, oh wait, that's 392. It's not a terribly big deal, but like now there's only 4 kilomoles in here. So I kind of feel like that might be a little bit necessary to do, since at the moment I don't have like a huge pollutant production pipeline going on. So it's pretty much just whatever we're getting out of the different oxides and whatnot and so forth. So this is running along rather swimmingly, though. Let me turn off the HUD here so you can kind of see it a little bit better. It's hard to see. Come on. The jump height is just always just a little too little. But you can see here that we're not only getting a little bit of CO2 and N2, but we're also getting a tiny bit of pollutant from this too. So this is kind of like all of the stuff that you don't really want in your air, essentially. Anything that you don't really want to breathe is coming out of this system of just cycling silicon through the furnace. I do actually need to set up an auto furnace type thing, though. I don't know if I should use the arc furnace for that, or if I should start using the actual gas-powered furnace. We definitely should be making more steel, probably, by this point. And I think I need to do a mining run, because if my memory serves, we left off in the last episode and I was out of, what was it, gold, I think, to do the heavy cabling up there. So we probably need to do a mining run at some point, which works pretty well because it's dark out right now. Okay, I just have to say, remember that whole, hey, I need gold, I'm gonna go look for gold. I seem to have found everything but. I have 12, which is not terrible, but it's not a lot. But I have a backpack full of other random crap, between volatiles, oxides, iron, copper, I got some silver, I got some more silicon, coal, like a bunch of junk. Actually, you know what? I don't think I really even need the silicon or the 2 pieces of coal. Like that. I don't know. Like, that just kind of seems like maybe it's a waste of space. Actually, I'm going to keep the coal because I've been using... Oh, I've always wanted to try this. So if you hold I've always wanted to try that. Alright, so we do have volatiles in here, so we might as well grab these. I do have a little bit more room for some more oxites. Where were those? I don't care. I don't care enough. So I have one hand that I can carry another slot for stuff. And I've got 12 gold in here. So I'm still looking for stuff. Which, by the way, I keep forgetting that there's a third-person camera now. I really think it's awesome. I love using it. I just always forget it's there. This seems like an awfully steep hill. Let's actually use our jetpack here for a second. Keep an eye on our propellant. Good lord. Alright, nope, never mind. I don't know how far this goes down, but I don't want to find out. Alright, this is good enough. We'll just grab some stuff here. So yeah, I really wanted to get some more gold because I don't know how much gold I need offhand, but I know I need more for the heavy cable so that I can wire up. We won't use any more of that. So that I can wire up the whatchamacallit, the new solar panels, or the new solar panel. But I was gonna lay the cable so that I had enough for when I made more cables. I think I'm actually inadvertently heading back to my base because I'm pretty sure that little blue and green is the batteries over there, and I think I've actually passed the silicon deposit before. So I kind of get lost out here in the dark. I've actually always tried to use the dark for mining. I think this is silver. Is this silver? Yeah, might as well grab it. I've always tried to use the dark for mining, but I've actually heard from a couple of comments and stuff from people that it's actually easier to mine during the daytime, and when I tried it, it is. It's a lot easier to mine during the daytime. You can see stuff way off in the distance, especially now that you can have a third-person camera. Not so much when you're in the dark. I've also been wondering, let's actually test my theory, by the way. I set the beacon. Yep, that is where I'm going. I've also been wondering about possibly starting to make subterranean areas of the base and use that as a way to mine. We've been doing a lot of surface mining, which I don't actually know how this game works. As far as Minecraft, there was like certain coordinate levels where things spawned and it was infinitely generated. You could just, if you ran out of resources, you could just run a different direction. I don't know how Stationeers works, if there's a limited world space or if it just keeps generating. I'm not really sure, if I'm being honest. If any of you know, feel free to let me know in the comments, because I really don't know, nor have I looked it up to find out. That looks like something over there. Are you something? Or are you just a ridge? Oh, it was something. It was silicon. More silicon. Honestly, I don't know what silicon's for. Is it for just making glass? Because, like, I never have seemed to run across the need for it, other than making gas over in our furnace loop. Wow, I went all the way around, by the way. I went all the way around. Oops, nope, stop it. Let's go ahead. Oh, I know. I can probably top off my... Oh, did I turn this back off? Alright, so we've got the valve on. Let's let that fill up. So this is kind of a bleed off, I guess, is switching it out. And then eventually we won't have anything left in here. I could actually leave this on too. This is closed, so we won't pull from the tank. But I could actually leave this on. That works. Turn that off, turn that off. I actually should probably turn that off first, just so you don't have a pressure buildup. This I probably need to disable at this point. It's been running the whole time I was out mining, so I'm pretty sure we have more than enough. But yeah, I haven't really found a need for silicon yet. I'm gonna go and sort in stuff for my ingots and things, and then we're gonna come back. Alrighty, so I sorted out my haul for today. We got a little bit more silver. I actually forgot that I had some gold left that I haven't smelted, so we're actually up to 21, which isn't bad. I'm actually going to go ahead and smelt this. We got a lot more iron, so we're pretty good on iron. We got a lot more copper, so we're pretty good on that as well. What are we actually reading here? Iron, copper, steel, Invar. How did I end up with so much Invar? Holy crap! Alright, well that works. Solder we don't have very much of. What's the other one? I think it's gold and silver. Is it? Electrum? Did they have Electrum in this one, or is that Feed the Beast? That might be Feed the Beast. I can't remember if that was in this game or not. Let's actually take a peek real quick. Oh, no, that's the atmospheric one. That won't work. I'll look at that later. But yeah, something. Maybe it's Invar that I'm thinking of. Maybe it's just Invar and solder. I don't remember. I thought you needed... silver's another one that I have not really found a need for it yet. I don't know what you use it for. Silver and silicon. If anybody knows, let me know. Because I genuinely am not sure what that actually uses. Or what its uses are for. Let me go ahead and grab these. So I wanted to discuss a couple of projects that I have in mind. Obviously, we had the hydroponics, which worked out pretty well. What was that? Are you done? No? What was that sound? What happened? My door's turned off. My door's turned off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on? What's going on? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? I don't know. Something's not working. Right, you. Off. Okay. Those were on. Oh boy. Oh boy, we got a problem. That light's off, so my gut tells me it is something to do with a cable somewhere. Did I blow a cable? I blew a cable. How did I blow a cable? I don't know what I did. It's been working. I don't know why it wouldn't work now. Never been more glad that I put this whole thing on its own circuit. Shoo! I don't know what happened though. I mean, I've used the arc furnace thing before. That's concerning a bit. I'm not gonna lie. That's a little weird. Unless... Oop, I can't get the floor straight. There we go. If... Lord, I hope that didn't turn off the atmospherics. I think all that was work. Oh, we gotta check some stuff. Alright. Ooh. This was not how I planned this episode to go. But I was not expecting to blow a fuse either. I think all of this is on a separate circuit. All of this stuff isn't. Like all the door, that's why the door's turned off. But I think all of the atmospherics and everything in here is running off of that circuit down there. So we should be okay. This one is dying. Not sure why. None of these are, so that's good. And I purposefully didn't put one there. So why are you dying? Alright, I'm going to come back to this. It's right about at the A, so let's see if it actually goes lower than that. Because I'm wondering if that was something to do with the vent, maybe? I definitely also do not recommend corn as a mainstay. I don't know exactly what purpose it has, but it takes forever to grow. Wheat's usually your best option for food. That's right around the A, so I don't really know why this one was dying, other than it has the vent blowing on it, which maybe if the temperature of the gas was hot or something, maybe? Or cold? I'm not really sure why that would have been dying. Plants seem to be a little finicky, at least for me. At least in my opinion. This concerns me, though. This cable concerns me a bit. Because I don't recall adding anything to the pipeline. So I'm not sure why this wouldn't work. But it seems like we need another controller somewhere. Everybody talks to me about transformers. And I say everybody talks to me. What I should say is everybody I've seen videos on always talks about using transformers to mitigate the load on the cable. And yeah, I don't know what that's for, to be honest, because it seems like as long as you put a power unit somewhere to separate the circuit, it's fine. So I'm not really sure. All right, so there are no usable ingredients to add. Let's add the corn. I didn't mean all of them. Let's put some of them away. Alright. This isn't gonna work. Come here. Split one. Let's start with one. I think I have corn in there somewhere, but let's see. Oh, I left this on, too. That probably was a dumb idea. Alright, insert corn. Okay. You didn't do anything. All right. I don't know if that was just not enough or if there's nothing for corn to use. Can I... Let's just take these 3. That leaves me with 15. Can I just eat these? Oh, you can just consume corn. Okay. So wheat has to be made into something. And I did find out fertilized eggs. You can actually make a chicken farm. I knew this not. I knew that not. So that's pretty crazy to me. Let's do one of these. Put you away. Let's throw you in there. And let's do one of these. And let's see what this does. I wanted to play around with this processor thingy. Crap. I didn't mean to do that. So apparently you can just eat soybeans as well. Can you just eat these? Okay, cannot eat ferns. Confirmed. Cannot eat ferns. Alright, so split one, throw those away. So you can consume beans and corn so far. By my tests. Let's put a fern in there and see what happens. Looks like nothing. So I have no idea what use the fern serves. I can't put the soybean in there. Oh, this did something. What do I get? Soy oil, 1%. Can I put you in there? Add 5 units of soy oil. Okay. Close you. No idea what this does. Creating unknown. That's comforting. Nothing. So whatever that was, it was a bad idea. So soybeans make soy oil. Ferns? I don't know what good they are. Oh, you know what? That's probably what overloaded the circuit, was having that on. Let's test that theory. At the risk of blowing another cable. I think that's what it was. Having that bench on and this on at the same time was too much. So, I should probably put a power control unit. Yeah, see, that's fine, and we're not losing lights or anything. So, I think that's the issue. So, I should probably put a power control unit somewhere between all these machines and everything else, probably. So, the solar panels are on their own. And then they hit one power controller. So technically all of this is on a power controller. And then maybe I should route the lights or the vents or something. Everything else, like have another power control unit over here to where it's separated. Because there's also all this logic down here. Whoops. There's also all these logic circuits down here for the vent system that are on its own. So yeah, all that probably should be on its own thing. Actually, I want to redo the vent system at some point to be kind of more like this, where it monitors the temp stuff and it just kind of fluctuates, so I don't have to keep draining the system and whatnot. I might even work on that a little bit today because this system is really just to make this vent system work and turn the mix valve on and all that kind of stuff. So I might rethink my logic a little bit and maybe work on this a bit. Okay, so there was a slight change of plans, obviously. I went ahead and used some of the gold that I had and made the extra heavy cable that I needed to run around here, so all of our batteries look like they're running smooth with 3 more solar panels here. And yeah, I made the extra solar panels as well. So that should kind of complete our top part here for now. When we start getting to where we need more, whatchamacallit, more power than this, I don't know, I think there might be another grid here that I can do, maybe. And I don't think I can mess with this here because this has the memory logic stuff, but over here, oh, I thought it was going to fall. Over here, I think I might be able to pull it off. So I also need more solder to create a power controller. I forgot how you make that. Probably shouldn't mess with that too much. I don't remember though. This doesn't get used up, I don't think. I don't think this gets used up. You guys can let me know. Let's see. Do I have the atmospheric? I do. So we're at 104 kPa at negative 161 Celsius with a, let's see, the actual 136 moles of pollutant is really the more pressing kind of thing. So I don't think we need to worry about that, but we'll have to keep an eye on that tank, I think. So yeah, I've got to disable this system for a second so that I can make some solder so that I can do the power control thing, and then I might work on the logic. Well, I just ran across something rather interesting. So I broke this down, or at least removed this guy, so that I could remove the silicon and make 40 solder and 64 steel, since I had some extra lead and stuff lying around. Then I reassembled it, threw this back in here, put it down the bin, or chute, or whatever. It shows up in here, pulled the little lever, and blunk, this popped out. So I'm not sure exactly how this works. I'm also not sure exactly how that works, because it would seem that this just ate one of my chutes. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. That's rather interesting, because now I have no chute on top. I mean, I have an extra one, but still, a little weird. So I'm not really sure what that's about, but it might have been something that got patched. I'm not really sure, but I thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, I did make some steel and some solder. So we should be able... Oh, right, and I was actually venting... Or no, that was a previous save. I think I went to vent it, and I didn't end up keeping that. Because I thought I didn't have enough gas, and that's why the furnace wasn't working. It turned out to be that it wasn't hot enough, and that's why it wasn't working. So I reloaded the save multiple times until I got it right, because I couldn't figure out what was going wrong. And in one of them, I had dumped most of my filtration system, and I did not do that this time. So let me go ahead and work on maybe making some one of the power controllers and stuff like that and see what we come up with. Okay, so I've run into a rather interesting dilemma. I've got a power controller set up here, and so that should separate all this out and we should be good. However, I was working with some of the circuitry here, and I found a very, very interesting situation. So I added a gas sensor for the base filter pressure, right? Now there's a few more bits of logic that I actually think I need here. And I'm not even sure if I need all of this or not. I probably do because of how I had it set up, but I've got to, I've then also probably got to mirror this, I think. I don't know. I might be making it more complicated than it needs to be. It typically happens for moi, but actually I just realized I've got extra cable here that I do not need. Let's grab you and do, what, a corner? Ought to do it. And then let's grab you and do a straight edge. And we'll do, wait, why is that not working? Is it because of this? Or is that why I did that in the first place? Can I get, will it really not let me get a cable under here? Is that why I had it like that? Dagnabbit, that's so dumb. That is so dumb. It'll go there, and it'll go there, but it won't go right there. Alright, well, I thought I was onto something. Apparently not. That battery was apparently not very charged now, was it? That's so dumb. I'm not bitter. Can I get a hold of this cable, please? Thank you. Alright. Now, back to business. So, what's basically going on that I think is weird? Logic aside of what else I have to do. So I reconfigured the comparator unit to go off of the memory unit, which is the base minimum pressure. This would roughly translate to around 50 kPa. In, what is it, Celsius? Or am I converting? I'm converting temperature, dagnabbit. So I don't want this set up like this at all. Anyways, I've got to reconfigure this. But the weird part is it cannot find this gas sensor. So check this out. When we check our inputs, it's currently set to the memory, and I can cycle through all this stuff, vent, gas mixer, valve, vent, valve, back to memory. It never finds this gas sensor, and I have no idea why. I've checked. There's a cable running there. It runs all along here, runs all along here, runs all along here, runs back into here, runs back into here. It goes everywhere. Into every possible input, there's a cable that runs to the comparator unit. I cannot figure out why it won't find it. It's driving me bananas. So until I figure that out, I really can't do much more. I really can't get this to work, because I need to be able to pull data from this gas sensor to figure out when these need to turn on, much like this switch was. So if you guys have ideas for all that, let me know, because it's not like this needs power or anything. So I really do not know why it won't find it. There's also some other things, but I think I'm going to sit on it rather than work on it a bit more, because we're about out of time for this episode anyway, and I really need to rethink all of this. I might have to reconfigure it entirely. I think the skeleton's already there, but I might have to kind of redo some stuff. So yeah, I think we're going to wrap this up here for this episode. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.